We weren't in the studio yet. We were setting it up. I was trying to share the stuff. Now we're on the studio.
Hello.
Can you hear? Can everyone hear us? Let me know
me?
if you can hear us. We got like a little different setup. Anyway, so I guess since we're past all that now.
Howdy, y'all.
Since we're past all that now, we're about to record episode number 45.
45. Correct.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about bucket list stuff. Bucket list. What's on your bucket list?
I don't have a bucket list.
Listen, he is inherently against bucket lists.
It's philosophically.
Why is it called a bucket list? Is it because like you're gonna kick the bucket? So before you kick the bucket,
you do all the things that you filled your life.
It's the goal to empty out the pail before the bucket, like so you slowly cup out the water.
Yes, you spend your life filling the bucket with things you wish you'd done, and then you quickly try and do that before you die. That's a bucket list. Very cynical, but to me, that's a very realistic view.
Quickly.
Well, it depends on how much time you have left, obviously. How much time you anticipate having left. If you're in your 20s, then obviously you think you can stretch that out a little. So.
20s. I don't know. Maybe skydiving, though. That may be one of those ones you can't really stretch out too far. That if you have a bucket list and skydiving is on it, that should be the last thing you try. Maybe. Just in case it's the last thing you get to try.
Duh. Well, the thing is with skydiving, I was actually going to bring that up in the episode, in the recording, is that it's one of those high risk, high reward things that the chance of something going wrong is fairly low. Not many deaths by parachute failure. However,
if you forget the parachute?
Yeah, if things do go wrong, it's pretty much, it goes very wrong. It's not just you can't go slightly wrong. Like
I just want to point out,
wrong, but usually,
I want to point out that James left his comment. Oh, it doesn't show the time on there. It says at 11:11. So, James, you left 2 comments at 11:11. So make a wish.
Where are y'all? Lol. Where are y'all? Where do you mean? What do you mean? Where do you mean? I mean, that was your question. What do you mean? Where are we? We are here.
Anyway, so basically we're just rambling. Anyways, we're getting on here to I don't know, just kind of hang out Friday night a little bit. It's super late. We kind of got a late start to this, but
yes,
we're gonna do one of our late night recordings to talk about this episode.
Yes.
Kind of has a different feel than some of our other types of recordings, so be a lot of fun.
And Sal, if you see this, I'll do my best to be at work tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Oh, also the episode will still be released on Sunday, so we will record it tonight, but we'll release it still on Sunday,
right.
same as we have been. We're going to keep up that consistent schedule
to
meet the challenge that is put forth to us of consistently putting out an episode every single week.
Right, unless we hear consistently that, I mean, as far as the release date, unless we hear consistently that people would prefer a different release date,
different release day, maybe.
Sorry, day. Yeah, not day.
Day. Yeah. So if I don't know, I think Sundays right now are working so that way we can do our weeks. So there might be a day that we get more downloads that we might try to release because our early download numbers help with us trying to get money.
Yeah. Yeah. If we can ultimately recast our life.
Oh, look, James is in here. Look.
The Percival.
Mr. Look, Percival. There he is.
Bonjour, senor.
What's up, man?
Gentlemen? You all right?
You're in the shed again.
Doghouse, different version.
Doghouse. Can you hear him okay?
Did you say doghouse or birdhouse?
Yes, birdhouse. Bird doghouse.
I'll tell you what, James.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Is that better, David?
Yeah, you're a little over. How do you say, feedbacky? That's technical term for anyone who's listening for the first time.
So talk again, James. Oh, your camera's way better than ours.
Just phone.
Yeah. Yeah, we're using a old school Logitech webcam.
Nice.
Look, so James, listen, as soon as you jumped on, our only watcher disappeared. So that must be a problem. You're the problem. Or, oh, wait, he was the watcher.
James was a watcher. Now you've stopped watching.
So how's the barbecue setup going, man?
It's going pretty well. I started to get wrapped up at the in-laws tonight, so I couldn't really do much on the mac and cheese test tonight, but that is pretty stuff.
You kind of were broken a little bit. I don't know if it's me or you. I don't know.
No, I'm getting gobble.
Probably me. Hang on 1 second.
Is there something else making noise around you?
Possibly. 1 second. Just 1 second.
Oh yeah, that fixed it.
Oh yeah.
Better?
Oh yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It feels good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that y'all were both fighting for the same mic, like me and David.
Oh, well, my bad. Sorry about that, guys.
Could you tell us what the culprit was?
That's my biggest fan.
The biggest fan in the shed.
Puns have started. Pun City.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely did it. Yeah,
that definitely moves air in there.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, we have a watcher now. It must be James's wife.
Yeah, checking up on you. What's he doing in that shed?
Look, I guess
talking to his weird friends again.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing at night, honey? Oh, I'm just going online and talking to my friends. Like with video games? No, we do live streams and we just talk about stupid stuff.
Well, the thing is I actually snuck out really quietly to come out here to get on live stream, guys. Yeah, snuck out.
Yo, what's good?
Okay. So,
are you going to get in trouble, or are we going to get in trouble?
MIA or AWOL?
No, you guys are in this with me, so
we're in this together. Okay,
yeah,
all right, cool.
Welcome to it.
So what you're saying is, if you're going down, we're going down with you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the sugar we're going down? Who sings that?
No. That's Matchbox 320, isn't it? Or 420?
No.
I don't know.
1776.
I think it was
just numbers now.
What's that band? They I don't know. Fallout Boy. That's who it was. Fallout Boy. See, that thing came across the universe. We recognized it at the same time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So what are you guys getting? I heard you were getting into a bucket list conversation.
Yeah, so we're going to actually record an episode sort of about things we want to do before we die. So just kind of like most people call that a bucket list. David is inherently against the terminology of bucket list, and you will find out why.
I would be too if I was that close to the bucket, per se.
Philosophically opposed.
Well, tell me why. Because like I caught a little kind of an oxymoron with the bucket list ordeal.
What did you call me?
Yeah,
he called you an oxygenated moron.
Okay, yes. Carbonized probably is more accurate.
Yes.
Or calcified, maybe.
Calcified. Oh yeah, you got the crust on you, the white crust.
Yeah. Like sedimentary layers.
Deposits. Yeah. So what's your ordeal with bucket list, David? What's the problem?
Who said there was a problem?
I don't think there's a problem. I just think that so I asked, you know why it's called a bucket list? Because I don't actually know, nor do I want to look it up.
Well, yeah, actually the reason it's called a bucket list is right before someone's like, hey, if you want to see how far I can kick this bucket, and then they do it, and then sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. No, bucket list is apparently comes from that whole terminology, kicking the bucket, basically being done, kicking the bucket out from under somebody, hanging themselves. So it's kind of it's got a negative connotation to it anyway.
Oh, the hanging themselves. Okay, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I would think that you would like something like that, Dave. I'm just kidding.
Now that you shine it in such a dark light.
It's the shed. It's just the shed lighting. Sorry.
All right. So look. So basically, I want to start a colonization of a specific planet for a specific reason. Okay. You have to tune into the podcast episode when we release it on Sunday to find out more about that specifically. But yeah, okay. I want to start an army.
And it's not Uranus.
And I want to, yes. Stay tuned, guys.
The planet. This planet.
Is that a planet?
Uranus.
Uranus. In what dialect are you saying that, sir?
Excuse me?
Uranus. That sounds like a medieval character. Sir Uranus.
It is.
Sir Uranus.
Is that from Monty Python?
He's from the round table, the rim table.
The rim table.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, so I know that we have poor camera quality, so I can't really plug your stuff that well, James. But like, I'm wearing Percy's barbecue hat. Got it from Mr. James Percival right here. So if you want yours, message him at James Percival on Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking, since we're on topic of marketing, James, do you see the split screen, or do you just see the
split screen?
Do you see the split screen?
He sees himself.
Do you? I'm just curious whether you see it the same way we do. Are you representing our logo in your corner there?
I am.
Yes. You got the D in our. You got the D in your corner.
Right on
yeah. Now the D's on his forehead.
Yeah.
So the D's always in his box. We're just giving him the D.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Did you think you'd be getting a D in your box when you came on tonight?
It's not my box.
Well, that's your box up there.
Damn. Can't get away from it. It's just always there.
You made it worse. Freddie's on. What's up, Frederick? Freddie, what's up, man?
Hello, my man, Freddie.
He laughed. We said something funny. We've made it. We've arrived. We made it.
We can tell jokes.
And it was all about putting the D in the box.
Yep. Unexpectedly. I think that was probably what.
I think we basically just. Never mind. I don't want to get taken off of YouTube and Facebook.
Wow.
Frederick.
A D in a box on the forehead. I think there might have been a song about that.
We can make one.
I don't know.
Freddie's a singer. We can make a song.
Anybody else that wants to jump on, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I actually left the link in the comment. So if you want to jump on, you can jump on. That doesn't mean I'm going to put you on air, but you can try.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Shoot them down before they even tried.
That's not to you specifically, Freddie.
Yeah, no, come on, Freddie. Hit that link. Hit that link and give us a.
But it's actually only on the original. On the original, there is a link in the original post on the Facebook page or on the YouTube page. So if you go to the original, if you're looking at it through shared. Just go to the original page. We'll be doing on this for a little while, I think. I'm having a lot of fun just goofing off. We had no plan. Except for to promote the podcast that we're going to be recording.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're basically hyping something that we don't know what it's going to look like yet. So it doesn't actually exist. We're basically hyping a concert, a pre-recorded concert.
I like how we got 2 laugh reacts, but only one person's watching.
Oh, no. One's a like and one's a laugh react.
Oh, okay.
Freddie's got his daughter sleeping next to him, or he would.
Oh, dude.
Wake her up. Wake her up. Put her on, too. We could talk to everybody. Listen, we're going to solve the world's problems tonight, James. Let's start. You give us the first one we need to solve. What's the world's problem that needs to be solved? I got you.
Oh, man. Not sure. I don't know how deep you want to go with this.
That is a problem. Not being sure is certainly.
Yeah, that's certainly a problem. Let's discuss.
What's the
so why is this uncertainty so present?
No, that's not.
What causes uncertainty?
I'm not sure.
You're so uncertainty causes uncertainty. So it's a self.
Is it the dog that chases his own tail?
I don't know.
Snake,
I don't think
the
so.
snake that eats his own tail.
That eats his own tail? The snake that eats his
own tail.
So how would the snake digest its own tail? At what process does it start?
It eats right up until it's up to its own head. I think.
Isn't that the Ouroboros? Isn't that what that's called?
Hey, how about we take James? I got a logo idea. How about we take the D that's in your box and we put a serpent around it? Oh, the lack of general sense of being kind to other people would be a good one. So Freddie gave us something that we can address. James, your turn. Address it.
Address the comment that he said, or you?
What
does he say?
The lack of kindness.
Being kind to other people would be a good one. Yeah, sometimes people suck, you know, and
that's very analytical of you, James. That's
way to break that down from a fundamental
that,
standpoint.
That's kind of the Ouroboros of it. It's a matter of, you start out the path of, yeah, let's be kind today, and then you just have the assholes out there. Excuse me, I don't know if I can cuss on this or not, but you have the people out there that just genuinely don't want you to be kind.
Listen, here, I'm going to hang up on something. I'm really offended that you cussed on my podcast live stream, James. I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit.
You might be.
I'm sorry.
I'm just, James, I'm kidding. You've heard me talk. I cuss like a sailor. Okay, so Freddie added to it, and he says it just seems like people are getting more and more reactive, I guess. So I would actually like to address that. I actually think people are getting more and more reactive.
Yeah.
But I actually think what it is people have forgotten how to obtain knowledge because everything is so accessible, right? So they really just see something and think that they're supposed to feel a certain way about it immediately. They don't give themselves the opportunity to take it in and learn about it. Yeah. So all of this reaction stuff is because everything is at our fingertips. So we think we're supposed to. We think we're supposed to know. We're supposed to be in. We're supposed to be an understanding of it. So all of this stuff is at our fingertips. We just forgot how to learn. Like that's the thing. Like we forgot. You had to spend time to obtain the knowledge. Now you can just Google search it, man. I can tell you anything with a Google search. Me and David were actually talking the other day about Google searching and how we search for things, and then how like there's like an old school way of doing stuff, but some people, dude, I can get the same information that used to take me weeks. I can get that done in a couple of hours just with Google searching the right thing.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't.
Daniel?
What
did we say today? Remember the terminology I told you?
The only terminology I remember.
Process awareness. No, not smudge. No. Process awareness.
Process awareness. All right. So I won't bring up the gutter hookers and smudge.
Thank you. Dumpster hookers and smudge.
Or dumpster hookers and smudge. Dumpster hookers and smudge.
I think I just
maybe that's the next podcast episode title after this one. Dumpster hookers and smudge.
Thank you, James Percival, again for the great
We're gonna give you credit for that one too.
So the thing about being reactionary, so if you look at it externally, it seems to be like it adds chaos to the system, right? That sudden response without having really found a foundation for it or a reason for it, just a response, just a reactionary thing. It seems to be chaotic from externally, but I think the person doing it may be trying to maintain like stability, like certainty. Like if you have that reaction, you can like tick that off and say, yep, that's a bad thing, or yep, that's a good thing. I can go on with my life but the thing is, our lives are just now it seems like they're continuously filled with these, like, well, we have to make this emotional reaction between good and bad, or yes or no, or do we block them, or do we whatever.
We don't allow ourselves that moment to breathe. We just feel like we have to do something. Like there's always a need to do something. And just in case you're just tuning in now, we're talking about people being so reactionary, and just what Freddie brought up. I'll bring up the comments again just to reiterate. Lack of general. We are addressing solving the world's problems, and he brought up a lack of general sense of being kind to other people would be a good one to talk about. And then he followed up by saying that it seems like people are just getting more and more reactive, I guess. So we addressed the reactive thing a little bit. James, do you have anything to add to the things that we said to it?
Honestly, I think when you say we feel like we always have to be doing something, I think there's just been so much conditioning by, verbalizing a reward for people being busy all the time, right? Just constantly moving, which contributes to, always looking for shortcuts, to use your time wisely, quote unquote. And I say that facetiously, right? Again, back to that whole process thing. I think we have just become so, I guess, not mundane is what I'm looking for, but, just kind of constantly routine, looking for something new. And honestly, I think it takes a lot of the emotion out of it that should be well placed in it, and puts it another emotion, like a substitute for the wrong emotion anyway.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, so yeah, no, I mean, but I think it all boils down. I think we're all kind of saying the same thing is you have to create, like, people in general. You just have to have some sort of barrier between the point of contact, like the thing that happened, and then what you do. There has to be some sort of like space between. You have to allow yourself the ability to breathe, the ability to acknowledge or learn or whatever it is. Because if you just react, now sometimes situations call for just reacting, of course,
Sure.
but on a level of across the board, like just generally speaking, you shouldn't be so reactionary. Not everything's about you, you know.
Daniel, let me stop you. Let me stop you right there, man. Because it's funny when you said that. The first thing I thought about was, and I would argue that an appropriate time to be quick to react would be a moment under stress, right? Would you agree?
Yeah,
Maybe like
yeah. I think
right.
that well, I think a moment of stress where it's dire, where a decision is made, because
Right.
not all stress is created equal.
And that's what my point was, is that I think that we've gotten to a point where maybe because we have forgotten to follow and not to play on the word process a lot, but to kind of to learn how to breathe appropriately or to take that time, we've just kind of assigned a specific level of stress to minor things. And that causes a rise in that anyway, and the levels rise, and so now everything becomes appropriate to be reacted to, right?
Well, I don't think that we assign levels to, like, I don't think that we assign that. I think that the stressors come from the things that we do assign, but we don't assign the stress to it. Like the stress comes from how valuable it is to us or how
Right.
valuable we think it is.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is that maybe our value. Let's say this. Let's say I had a stress because I dropped a crayon on the floor. Is that really something to stress about? Right, it's not.
Mhm.
But if I've gone through life, thinking that that was an actual thing to stress about, or if I've just become so, I guess, in tune with how things are around us, minor things cause so much unnecessary stress, and so it just applies, full circle. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, so like we basically have this idea that we're supposed to worry and stress about these things because those are supposed to be important. And then we live our lives being stressed about those things. Maybe I would say without questioning them. A lot of people don't even question. It's like, why is
Yeah,
this even
yeah,
stressful? Why is this even important?
yeah.
Right.
Exactly
Right.
right.
Right. Listen,
Reactionary. Right.
I know I've seen
Freddie's
him had
got a
another
good comment
comment.
here, but
I wanted to
but
make sure we really aired
Right.
this one out.
right. But James, before we get Freddie's comment, next comment is good. Try this. Stress is relative to your ability to cope with the situation or handle a
Sure.
situation.
Sure.
So it's not really about the importance we place on it. It's about the combination of the importance and our ability to obtain or succeed in that.
In
If
a
it's
perfect
easily
world,
done,
sure. Yeah.
if it's something that's easily done, easily obtained, it's no stress to us. The stress
Understood.
comes when our ability to fulfill our desire is challenged.
Well,
I
sure,
think.
and I can certainly agree with you, and I think that, again, like Daniel said, I think we're saying the same thing. I'm just saying that more often now, um, because people are so reactionary, you have to understand. You have to kind of ask why. Why are people so reactionary, right? And we can have
Right.
a laundry list of reasons, but ultimately, I think one of those reasons is contributing to is that um, they will choose to stress or to react to something that doesn't necessarily um, require reaction, right? Because that's just what they've been taught, not taught, well, conditioned by, right? Just something that they've been grown used to. And so I definitely agree with you. In a perfect world, yeah, that's what we're looking at, or at least in a better world, that's what we're looking at, right?
Well, I think one of the things is something that Freddie brings up is he says, do you think social media entertainment outlets play towards these impulse reactionary responses, i.e. cancel culture?
Yeah, absolutely,
So I think
absolutely.
that that's certainly one of them. So it's like that hype thing, like you got to be the first to know and the react. So like one of the things on YouTube, we've even considered doing this ourselves, is doing reaction videos. So like it's like that's even a product. Like a reaction videos are a product that people consume. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like the feeling of reacting, the people's reactions to thing, that's a drug. Right. So
Yeah,
reaction in general, that's things that people get addicted to that, I think. And so
yeah,
when you're on social media and you're doing essentially what we're doing right now. We're out here trying to get likes and comments and shit like that, so that way we can get some notoriety for the things that we do, right? So, I mean, obviously, this is just one of the forms that we try to use for an outlet to do the things that we do, right? But social media is typically geared around those quick reactions. So if we look at our stats, like most of our stuff, 30 seconds in, like we lose listeners and videos, like on videos after like 30 seconds. Right? Obviously, we're not that appealing or entertaining, and there's nothing really that catches and grabs people, but it just shows you how quickly like the attention span is really on just how quickly you have to grab them. So I mean, there's only 30 seconds to grab somebody at the beginning of an episode, man. That's tough because we're not really like the reactionary type of people. So to be able to strive on a platform that's geared around that, it's very difficult.
Yep.
So, but it definitely does play towards the impulse and reactionary responses, because it's just one of those things that like it's embedded in our culture. It's just so constant, and it's so constant in your face. Like I said, everything's a fingertip away. You can just, I mean, it's getting to the point now where we're going to be able to just think about this stuff. I mean, we talk all the time, right? We get these ads on our phones about the things that we talk about, and we're just like, man, I can't believe it. But then like secret, you know, I'm just like, I'm glad that it found it for me. Now I don't have to look for it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Just like the video we're talking about, the Men in Black video. It's like the next day it was on.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a little clip, a cut up clip specifically designed for you.
I was like, wow, specifically to that scene. Yeah. So back to what you were saying. So like, I definitely agree with that too. And I think that contributing to that is, it seems that everybody wants to make the problem they see a problem everybody's problem, and it should be everybody's problem, right? That really steams from mainstream media and stuff like that. But because that's in our faces every single day, you know, it could be videos from 2 or 3 years ago that somebody will pop and be like, I can't believe this actually happened 3 days ago. Like, bro, read the article, it was 3 years ago. And, you know, that's not Joe Biden.
It's like they don't even click the link, man. They just read what it says there. They don't even click the link, and then you see that it goes to the Onion.
which is funny you say that, because that goes full circle into being reactionary. Right? It panders and caters to those who are so reactionary. They just look at the highlights, and then they know the whole story, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope I answered your question, Freddie and James. David, do you got anything to add to what Freddie's got going on there with the
the whole cancel culture thing is kind of funny. The cancel culture is like, it's like saying the Olympics is an athletes convention. Yes, athletes convene there, but it's actually the Olympics of trying to outdo each other, trying to compete for who's the most virtuous. Oh, sorry, I was talking about cancel culture again. So yeah, cancel culture is basically that the virtue signaling Olympics.
The virtue signaling Olympics.
Year after year, get to see who's the most virtuous.
Yeah.
Who failed, who goes home in shame. They were doping on some.
So who has the gold? Is it the UK or is it America, as far as free countries going?
Virtue signaling, I tell you what, Canada and France are up there in the contenders too.
Yeah, that's true.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, sorry, have I offended your Canadianness?
I'm gonna.
Are you French? Do you like maple syrup?
I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna cancel you, bro.
Man.
I wear my sunglasses at night and everything. I'm cooler than everybody around.
I will say this about the cancel culture. So the idea that you think that just because you're upset that other people shouldn't be able to consume it, that's an ego problem. Like, these people are all dealing with ego issues, right? They think that their issue is more important than everyone else's, right?
Yeah.
But then also
everybody else's,
and then on the counter, you have the people that completely push back to say like, your problem's no problem at all, which is also an ego check too. Like, it's an ego problem as well. Absolutely. Because the thing that people have to consider is maybe those feelings are real. Maybe they are. Maybe they are, right? So now we got to figure out why those feelings are there. Right? Don't tell them they're wrong for having those feelings. This is like, why are they there? Let's discuss why they're there. So, but cancel culture doesn't allow that. There's no discussion with cancel culture.
Absolutely not. But let me ask you a question. Real talk here. How long do you think you could carry on a conversation with somebody that believes that is just a way, right? Like, and I'm not saying maybe just not believe, but truly feels. Right?
Wait. Sorry, what?
Repeat the whole question again.
So okay, when dealing with somebody that truly feels that cancel culture, and maybe not that name for it, but you should be eliminated because you don't even believe that what I believe is real, and I can't understand how you feel that way. So when you're dealing with somebody with that, say you guys do what the Driftwoody folks does, and you say, well, let's talk about that for a second. Well, so how long do you think you can stay in the ring with somebody that way?
Well, apparently you only got 30 seconds. So I don't think, I don't, like you get 30 seconds to make your intro, man. And I just haven't figured that out yet. Like it's those icebreaker things, those ways to get people like really like committed to you in a short amount of time. It's difficult because the only way that I know to do that is to trick people and play on the psychology of people and get them like roped in, like using the things that they do against them, and I've kind of feels like shitty. Feels shitty to do it that way.
I have a great suggestion for you. Maybe try this. Maybe
good night,
not.
Freddie. Sorry, good night, Freddie. Freddie said have a good night, and he threw up the peace sign. I'll throw up the comment so he can leave on that.
Is that racist?
Or no, the rock and roll sign. The rock and roll sign, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Longhorn sign, man. You were too spread apart on that, man. Like you were over here. You were over here doing that.
You're teasing the way. Sorry.
Who are you?
Were you trying to finger my D?
That's really gross, dude. No,
he was doing a Crocodile Dundee with his antlers there.
Oh yeah. Oh this thing. I remember that, dude. I remember hypnotizing. So 30 seconds is all it takes. Just try this. Try starting a podcast and read like a classic jingle from like a 90s sitcom something, or
like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Do that. And, I mean,
we have effectively gotten to 0 listeners now.
It caught my attention. I was like, what is he doing? And it's kind of offensive for a British man to be reading that. It's just kind of offensive.
Okay, so did you catch it at the end whenever I started reading it, and I've just squandered the whole thing?
Yeah,
I shit to bed. I shit all the way to bed with that thing. Yeah. Good thing that David's was memorable enough that that's not what gets brought up.
Wait, so James, what was your criticism of what? What are you criticizing, first of all, and what was your criticism of it? I completely missed it. I'm sorry.
It's not a criticism, man. It's more of a what would you guys call
How
this?
dare you read Will Prince, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith, Will Prince. What am I on?
In your proper Queen's English, just sit right there.
have a tea and Triscuit.
What was funny is when he was saying "Yo Holmes, smell you later." The first time he said Holmes was Holmes, and then there was Holmes. I was like, did he just butcher that word twice? It was funny. It was great. It had my attention. It did exactly what I'm sure you wanted it to do.
Yeah.
And so
that's cool. I don't even which episode was that? Was that
42?
42.
I think it was 42. Yeah.
42. That's awesome. Thank you for bringing that up, man. So just in case you guys don't know, we're talking about one of the episodes. We brought in the podcast episode, David was reading the lyrics 43, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was reading the intro to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Tell them how you talk, David, so they know.
Oh, how I talk? Yeah.
Say, sup, Holmes, smell you later. Say that.
Sup, Holmes, smell you later. But yeah, no, what I was going for, I guess that bled through, but what I was going for was a kind of a Dr. Seussian cant to it, rhythm to it. But yeah. So
yeah, I don't know what I was trying to accomplish. I think I was trying to be white boy hip hop superstar and really just kind of get into the Rasta stuff, right? I got the dreadlocks. I really was trying to get into it. And I just stumbled on my face.
Wow.
Ow.
Yeah, I realized that I really wish we edited our podcast at that point.
Too late now.
I'm just like, damn, I got to live with this because this whole episode was dope.
Yeah,
and I don't.
The best one is when you're like, all right, we're gonna take a long break here. We'll be back like before you know it. 39 and a half seconds later.
Here,
listen. So fast.
Here's the thing. The reason why that happened was because David was very novice to the pressing of the record and letting me know when the record was pressed.
Yeah, I was
And he was like, he was really scared we weren't laying down track because the computer sometimes takes a second to start going. So he was like, and then he like pointed like we're laying down track. We'd done laid down like 20 seconds of track.
The sun was in my eyes. The sun was in my
You have glasses
Oh,
on every time I see you, dude. So I don't know.
The camera just randomly moved.
No, it's your dog.
Oh, she moved it. I'm still on camera. That's all that matters.
So what was what's the inspiration for the bucket list? What's the
We've been talking about some heart heavy shit, man, and we wanted to talk about some fun stuff.
okay?
Yeah, like getting stuff done before you die.
Before you die, yeah.
Less serious subjects.
Well, I
Definitely
mean, listen. So we've been talking a lot on matters of the heart. You know, things about like narcissist and like a lot of like self-awareness type shit, right? But the other part of self-awareness is too is realizing potential.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's realizing what you can do and what you're capable of, and we hope to exemplify that in the podcast episode and really put a structure around having realistic expectations will set you up to have a much better life.
Doesn't that kind of take away from the charm of a bucket list though? Like, isn't it supposed to be a little
Ooh, tell us more about this charm thing.
Charm of the bucket list.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of people, of course, you have the basics or the frequency, I should say, the frequency of skydiving or whatever the case is. You know, people make it basic for you.
Sure.
Go ahead, go.
No, keep going.
Well, I was going to say that. As far as that goes, and then sometimes you have, I don't know, like I guess one of my crazy ones is I'd like to own half of an island, just half of it, you know what I'm saying? But obviously that's really far-fetched, you know.
You really hope your neighbor's a good guy.
I'm not getting the charm thing. Maybe it's because I was distracted. I was showing my skin flap.
The charm.
Fingers, sorry.
Please keep your skin flap unexposed. So no, the charm comes in where this is kind of why I guess the word may not be oxymoron, but kind of the bucket list idea to me is a little crazy because people, they'll say you only live once, right? But realistically, you have a choice to live every single day that you're here. You die once. As far as what we know, what we are commonly taught.
Who's this we? You got a mouse in your pocket.
I die a little every day. What are we talking about?
Look, pocket sausage. Look, here's what I think about that specifically. I believe that there is a cycle of some degree of your life that has cycles, right? I think the Buddhist philosophy kind of calls it this cycle of life and death or life and rebirth. Mm-hmm. And then once you're off that cycle, it's kind of like your last time through. Right. I think that's like just this understanding of you, like you go through your life and you deal with the same shit over and over and over until like you realize like this is the last time I deal with that. I don't have to deal with that anymore because I can break free from that. I don't have to live life the way that I've always been living it. That's that last time through. That's that once you realize, look, I only got a couple days, right? It's like every day should be an opportunity towards the bucket list, right? If I told you right now, hey, James, I want to go do this, what would you tell me?
I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah, why am I gonna wait till right before I die?
Go do it. Yeah.
Just go do it, man. Find a way to do it now. Have an attainable dream and achieve it. Dude, if I want to go to Italy, I can go to Italy on a vacation and spend probably $2,500, right? And have the whole thing paid for, right? So I can save up $2,500 and plan a trip or go to a travel agency and get that done. That's an achievable goal, right? That's achievable. $2,500 is achievable, most things considered. But if you can't achieve that, have an attainable goal. Say that I want to spend $200 at Walmart next week instead of like $1. Have an attainable goal.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's kind of the point I have against with the whole bucket list thing. It's a matter of like the perspective is, and this is also me being a person who enjoys, I know it's kind of the lost art or at least a losing art of the process of things, like the slow and steady build to something.
There's a basketball player that calls himself The Process. He plays for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Didn't know that.
His nickname is The Process. Listen, that's a good fucking nickname.
It is
Trust
a great
the
nickname,
process, man.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
I agree.
Everything needs a process.
That's like clever marketing, like putting the wizard as your middle name.
Mm-hmm.
And then telling everyone about it.
Narcissistically.
over and then putting your name on a guitar. Like, I'm not narcissistic.
And then getting a tattoo of it.
Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Listen, some of us live our best life, but some of us do it multiple times.
Sure.
Listen, I got to make multiple poor choices that were fun multiple times, but I've learned. I've moved on from those ways.
Yeah.
I'm now. Listen, if there was a way to call me what I do, something, it would be a man of the cloth. Except for I don't like. There's no cloth to be a man to. I'm just kind of like a man to the earth.
Different types of cloth. It doesn't have to
I'm a man to the earth. Basically, you know how like bishops and shit like that. Those people, like, they're men of the cloth, right? They're supposed to be. Sorry, I don't mean to talk shitty on Catholics, man. I'm not trying to. I guess that was a little insensitive. I guess kind of like calling somebody's food looking like dog food.
You just lost us 26% of the national potential audience, but that's okay. we'll win them back over.
Only 26% of Catholicism.
As far as I remember, yeah, that's what the denominations break down. I could be mistaken, but I think
that's crazy.
Christians in the US is Catholic.
Yeah. Oh man, listen, if I start speaking Spanish, that might get some of them back.
See,
and there goes the rest of them.
That's the other 13%, I guess.
Listen, I don't have anything against either thing. I just think it's funny because most Hispanics that I know, they are Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how faithfully Catholic they are, but they're definitely Catholic.
So, David, what about you? Do you have anything that someone could call a bucket list item? Maybe you don't call it.
What do you want to do before you die?
Well, there is one thing that I feel is quite important to me to do before I die, and that is to catch up with someone who was very important to me in my past. And it would involve an epic journey to the other side of the planet. And so it would be kind of a major undertaking. But again, it was be kind of a high risk, potentially low reward kind of scenario where a lot of effort and resources are maybe devoted to it to no avail, with no result.
So with that in mind, because I understand variables are, especially in certain circumstances, it's just kind of, it could happen, it could not. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around, especially if you have to invest your time, money, effort, things like that.
Right.
But let's say that you did do that, and it did come out in a negative way. Would you not at least have a feeling of accomplishment, at least knowing closure per se?
Sure, certainly, for having made the effort in itself, yes.
Well, I think that something like that too, that David, I think, would get out of it is that the experience that you search for is never the experience that you get.
Yeah,
Never, ever is. Yeah. I don't care how hard set you are on it going the way that you want. The experience that you get is never the experience that you want, ever.
Right. But would you say in that same breath that you may not be the one that you wanted, but it's the one that you needed?
I think it's always the one that you need, because you're not faced with those things if you're not like, if you can't acknowledge that it was there, then you needed to acknowledge it, then you weren't ready to acknowledge it anyways. Yeah. It's only to the point of acknowledgement where you actually ready to take that in.
Yeah.
Right. And so up before that, it's just like people throwing rocks at a stone wall. It's almost meaningless until finally one cracks something, right?
Are you talking about the Berlin Wall? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the image in my head.
I was gonna say, how did we get to stone throwing? I would have said more appropriately, you got to cut your teeth before you can chew certain things.
Hang on, it's only a stone's throw away, though.
Sure.
No,
the Berlin Wall.
I think
no, cutting your teeth.
Oh. What about your rubbish?
Are you chewing a brick?
Maybe. No. Listen, I'm making concrete with my mouth. Okay, you see these? Yeah, they're raggedy. Okay, they were raggedy. It's like, look, it's like a garbage disposal. Like, it's like how my teeth look, like the inside of a garbage disposal.
I don't really think that that's true, man. But yeah. Oh my God.
All right. Well, hey, James, we're actually going to end the live stream, buddy. Thanks for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it. But hey, guys, you check out James Percival's Facebook.
4 minutes to midnight.
Percy's Barbecue, right? Check out the Facebook page. Yeah. I think it only has like 50 or 60 likes right now. You guys, like all 0 of you, go inundate him with likes.
Yes. Everyone who sees this, like him.
Put the D on the head again.
Like
hey, no, for real. Look, these hats are dope as hell. So what I want you guys to do is go like his Facebook page and then just put constant requests for hats on his Facebook page. So he has to get some more.
I mean, genuine requests.
Yeah, genuine requests. Also, I want to plug something. So it seems as though that Percy's Barbecue and ourselves are going to be at the same spot at the same time. Do you want to, are you still doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Preparing for it right now. So you're talking about the 1st?
Yeah, May 1st. So we're going to be at 5th Avenue. We're going to be doing they have a craft fair there. And I actually got some stuff I'm working on. David's working on some things. Got some cool shit. James is going to be out there with Percy's Barbecue, his little entrepreneurship catering thing and all that stuff. Oh, look, listen, what's it like in the future, Justine? Justine just hopped on.
I was wondering how early she'd be up if she'd catch us.
Hi, everyone.
It's the future there. Anyways, so we're going to be there. Check us out in Garland at 5th Avenue on May 1st. I believe that's a Saturday, right?
Yeah, I think it's Saturday. Yeah. Hey, speaking of, do you know if I don't remember the name of this company? Isn't it Wabi Sabi?
Yeah,
Wabi
that's the
Sabi
guy.
Pens.
That's the guy.
Did we just?
You're wrong.
Oh,
there we go.
My internet connection. My internet connection is trash.
Oh, is it? Are you guys still there?
It's just gonna. Yeah, we're still here.
Okay, so Wabi Sabi. What was it again? That's the right one, right?
Yeah, Wabi Sabi. It's a wood turning, so you can go check out there. James actually bought one of their pins. It's really cool. The pins are awesome. They're awesome stuff. They're gonna be there as well. There's going to be, I don't really know who all else is going to be there. I'm guessing it's going to be some of the same people. I think Captain Spike's resin is going to be there.
Some really fantastic designs.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some. I don't know for sure how locked down that is. I haven't really talked, so I'm trying to promote something I have full information on. That's my bad. But yeah, start looking out for it. We're putting together another giveaway basket, I think, but this one's going to have some like actually cool shit in it that we made, as opposed to stuff that we just put together to give away,
which was also cool.
We actually, baskets, man. No, they were really cool. We put the logos on the tumblers and stuff like that, but we actually will have a new logo ready by the time May 1st comes around. So,
cool. Oh, Justine finally answered.
She said the future is looking bright. Well, we're almost the same day you are, Justine. Just another minute and we'll be there.
A minute away. Yeah.
One more minute.
We'll have to wait to get to the plane.
All right. Well, yeah. Percy's Barbecue. Follow us on the Dryftwood Podcast on all platforms. Check us out at driftwoodpodcast.com. Come find us at 5th Avenue on May 1st. And also come check us out during the week at 5th Avenue where we go hang out. We usually do some podcast episode setups there where we go talk about some of the things that we're going to do. So don't forget to check us out there.
Yep, stay posted for updates.
All right, guys. So we're gonna end the live stream later. James,